Well, I've got the last story of the night. No easy task after what we've laid out thus
Look
far.
forward to it, though.
Yeah. I mean, that was a good one. We've had some good ones tonight. This will be the last one. Let me get the music going. This is called Terrifying Uber Story. I'm sharing this as a precautionary tale, and I understand that most of this was my fault, but maybe if I can help one person by telling my story, it's worth it. It's creepy as hell, and I want people to learn from my experience. I don't drink much as a general rule, but once a month or so I'll go out with friends. A few nights ago, my friends and I had a great night at the bar in the city, and then they left. I was chatting with a cute guy, so I decided to stay and went back to his place. The rest of that part was very unsatisfying, and I immediately thought, I'm ready to head home. I called an Uber to come pick me up. I don't know where I am. I know the city I'm in, but I'm not sure of my exact location. I tried one Uber, but it was taking forever, so I canceled it and decided to try again. Pretty soon, a car pulled up, and I drunkenly mumbled something along the lines of, "Is this the Uber?" And I hopped in. Drivers are apparently supposed to have some kind of marking on the vehicles, but the kind of state I was in at the moment, I didn't pay attention to that. The guy pulls away and starts driving and chatting. I'm fumbling for a cigarette, and the next thing I notice is we're heading down the highway, but in the opposite direction I thought we needed to be driving. And we're going a solid 90 miles per hour. Then I get a call from my Uber driver telling me he's there, and I'm not, because I'm in the car with some random nutcase. I start texting my friend frantically, counting off mile markers for her. I realize at that point, that's not going to do jack squat because she's probably wasted too. I call 911 at this point, but I realize this guy is crazy. If he's willing to do this, he's crazy. He's refusing to let me get out of the car, so I got to do this in a manner that he won't comprehend. It's been over half an hour at this point, and I'm terrified. I don't know where I am. I have no idea who this person is, and we're driving over 90 miles an hour while weaving in and out of traffic in the early morning hours. This guy is trying to get me to hang up my cell phone, saying things like, "Get off the phone. Who the hell are you talking to? Better not be a snitch." I'm terrified, and I don't want to do anything that might provoke a violent reaction from him. I start chatting with the 911 dispatcher as if it's my friend, praying that they'll catch on. "Hey girl, it's me." "Yeah, I need someone right now. We're driving past this highway exit." "Nah, it's not my Uber. I thought it was, but it's not. It's a shame you can't come meet up and hang out with us, and bring all of our friends." Thank God the operator catches on. He gets me to stay on the phone while he sends cops. And we develop a code. If I see cops, I'm supposed to casually put my hand out the window, which looks semi-normal because I'm smoking a cigarette. We pulled into some random little housing complex, and he busts out some powder and forms two lines. I now understand why he's emotionally unstable. Pretty soon I can see the lights from the cop cars, so I start waving my hand out the window. At this point, I don't care if he's onto me or not. I don't know if he has a weapon, but I slump down in my seat just in case things get a little hot. And then cops surround us, remove me from the car, take me to safety, then they arrest the guy. They took me to the hospital for evaluation. On the way to the hospital, I found out this guy had been in federal prison for 20 years of his near 40 years of existence. That is where my story ends. Hopefully people will learn from my mistake, and if nothing else, call 911 and stay on the line.
Oh man, that is terrifying.
That's something that could easily happen, right? Like,
all the time.
Uber driver? Sure, yeah, I'm Uber. Yeah, baby, get on in. You wouldn't even, if you're in a bad state, you wouldn't even think about it.
Yeah, I mean, you hear about stuff like this a lot because it constantly happens. People get into what they think is an Uber, or it could even be an Uber, but it's set up for something crazy. Happens a lot in all over the world, different countries. You get a taxi in the wrong area, you can end up someplace you don't want to be.
A lot of people are commenting that always ask who the Uber driver is. Make sure you verify. A lot of people are saying things, but I think it's important to mention that the state of this person was intoxicated.
Yeah, she was very drunk. And
yeah, so I mean, you're not going to have much luck there.
She mentioned that she understands now that Uber drivers are supposed to have some sort of marking, and they do have like a little sign that they put in their window.
Do they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm trying to think of it.
I've only noticed it when I've been into a convention and I got in a couple Ubers. There was like a They have a little light up sign thing that they put in their window, but it's not super noticeable at the best of times.
This
So
was
if
at night too.
Yeah, if you're drunk at night, you're not gonna see it. So like at that
You
point,
couldn't even see it at your cosplay convention, let alone.
Yeah, you barely see it. Yeah, and there was cosplay there. It wasn't a cosplay. But anyway, yeah, it makes sense though. Like, this person, she could have been. It could have gone so much worse. She was very smart though to stay on the line and kind of like, make it seem like she was talking to a friend. And
How could this be
talk
prevented?
about,
How could this be prevented?
well, one thing, if you're drunk, you need to make sure you check your apps. Make sure you get like a notification that your driver's there.
Captain Hindsight, the hero of the modern age. Captain Hindsight, thank God you've come. They should have built fire escapes on those windows for the higher floors. Then people could have gotten down. Well, looks like my job here is done. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you, Captain Hindsight. Thank you.
I set you up there.
Yeah, well,
I set
was
you
gonna
up.
say though, you can't plan for the best of times though, right?
No,
Because like you're gonna make a mistake. No one's gonna be on it all the time. So
people
the
are
best
waiting.
is-
People are waiting to prey on people. That's a scary part.
yeah, they really are. There'll be people will prowl areas where they know people get Ubers, like clubs
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
I've seen that on a What Would You Do? You ever seen that show?
I
It's
don't
like
think so. No.
It's on ABC, I think. It's been on forever. But they did this scenario where they acted like, obviously they're actors, right? The girl and then the fake Uber driver was trying to get her to go in the car. And people were like really helpful. But if nobody's there for you, then you're kind of SOL.
Yeah.
It was this exact same, it's kind of this same scenario, but there were people nearby and they did react and made sure that they called the cops and everything on this guy, man. Like everybody was on it. People were going to fight him and everything. But this poor lady did not have that same scenario. So
Yeah, that's a scary one because it could just happen. It'll happen again. There's no way it's not going to happen again. And it's something that you can't prepare for all the time because only, paranoid people are always ready to be attacked.
but you're right. She did a great thing and really good thinking, though, even though what state she was in, to do the stay on the phone and describe like all that without giving it away.
Yeah.
This person was obviously out of their mind.
Yeah. We talk about a lot of these other stories where people don't get on the phone immediately or something like that. It's like, no, call the cops as soon as you can. Even if you just have the speakerphone on and you're just letting them hear sounds.
Jeff Townsend Media. CG, good night.
And the question is, do I stay here? Will you be back? Are you gonna come back? Will you be back? Are you coming back?